Hey guys, it's Kim here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here at Tokyo Disney Sea Fantasy Springs. It's open on the 6th of June 2024. However, I heard that there was a sneak peek today, so I rushed over to film an in-depth video to show you guys everything. The restaurants, the attractions. So I'm going to also explain to you guys how to book Fantasy Springs at the end of this video. So make sure you guys watch to the end. But for now, let's head inside. First things first, to go on the rides and to even enter Fantasy Springs, you need to either obtain a standby or a Disney Premier Access Pass. Standby is free, Premier Access is paid. Now, I will explain more about this at the end of the video. In order to do this, you need to download the Disney Resort app. You can add all of your friends into one group so you can apply for the passes together. Now, it's first come, first serve, so you kind of have to get here really early in order to make sure that you can get on the rides you want to go on. So you kind of just need to really prioritize what you want to go on. So for us, we really want to go on Frozen, so we decided to apply for that first thing. As soon as we entered in Disney Sea, you scan your ticket, you can apply for the passes straight away, but you need to physically be inside the park and have your ticket scanned before you can do this. So since we really wanted to go onto Frozen first, we got our pass, so let's go to Arendelle. We are at the Frozen Kingdom, and this is my favorite part of Fantasy Springs because it is really big compared to the other areas. There's one attraction, Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey, one restaurant, Arendelle's Royal Banquet, and there's also a food stand, Oaken's OK Foods. So we're just going to explore around this area. So when Fantasy Springs opens officially, you actually need to get a standby or a Disney Premier Access Pass for one of the rides to actually enter Fantasy Springs. You also need one of these passes to line up for the rides as well. You cannot line up without one. If you are in the standby queue, you get to walk through the castle, and there are so many details to this. It's amazing. Frozen is my favorite ride in Fantasy Springs, so I really recommend you go on this one if you have to choose one ride only. To enter the restaurants, I highly recommend you use Disney Mobile Order, which is on the Disney Resort app. Now, to book restaurants, you have to first enter the theme park, scan your code. Once you are in, you can book any of the restaurants if there are times available. So pick a restaurant, pick a time, and you can also pre-select your menu just so by the time you enter the restaurant, you can get your meal straight away. I really recommend you do this because by the time Fantasy Springs opens, it's going to be so insanely busy that I just recommend to do that if you want to try out multiple places. I made it inside Arundel. I'm just waiting for my food right now. I did the mobile order. It's the only way to actually get into... Oh, I can pick it up now. I got my food from Arundel, and this is the beef pot pie. Now, I ordered in advance. It's the only way to get into the restaurant, fortunately. So if you have the Disney Resort app, you can book restaurants in advance. And I believe when this place opens, you kind of need to do that if you want a chance to actually go in and enjoy the food. So Arundel was actually my favorite place to eat when I went for the press day. So that's why I really wanted to come back here. Start with the pie. So it's not exactly a pie, it's a pot pie. So I was expecting like, you know, Aussie meat pie. It's not that. But you can see there's like little pasta bits inside. There's also chunky beef parts too. Very soft, like beef stew. I got the apple soda. Oh my gosh, this is just what I needed. It's so hot outside. This is so refreshing. Here we have like a gratin. Potato. This is just like potato, cream sauce with like spinach flaked on top. We have a salmon salad. Oranges. Pomegranate. I have to say the ingredients in this salad is pretty interesting. This is Olaf Mochi, and this was my favorite thing to eat. I just like dug into it. Because it's mochi, it's really hard to like split it. It's so good. So it's got like chocolate mousse, cream, and it's got like raspberry inside it too. It's not too sweet either. It's amazing. It's a secret Mickey! Alright guys, we are in the Peter Pan area. There are two attractions. We've got Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure, and then we have Tinkerbell's Busy Buggies. There's also a restaurant, Lookout Cookout, and also a popcorn stand, so we're going to check them all out. Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure is a 4D attraction ride where you put on glasses and it really makes you feel like you are flying. I couldn't film the attraction as there's a lot of screens, but the waiting area to board the ride is just so detailed I had to show you guys. Tinkerbell sprinkles fairy dust on your boat and that's how you are able to fly. You really do feel like you're flying around, but because it is a 4D attraction with screens, if you do get motion sickness easily, I recommend you close your eyes during those parts. Like I mentioned earlier, you need a standby or a DPA pass to actually line up for the rides. Now for standby, you can hold multiple passes, but you can only apply for one once every 120 minutes or when your last standby pass has been used.
1枚目スライドしてもう1枚お願いします。ありがとうございます。待っちゃって大丈夫です。
This is the standby line for Tinkerbell's Busy Buggies, and guys, for all of the rides for Fantasy Springs, the queues are amazing, so detailed, so even though sometimes it might be a long wait to get on the rides, but I feel the sets are just so amazing that time will just go by really quickly. If you've been to the Tokyo Disney parks, you absolutely would have noticed that there are so many different popcorn flavors. For Fantasy Springs, there's a new flavor, roast beef popcorn, so I'm going to try it out for the first time.
こんにちは。カードでお願いします。かしこまりました。ありがとうございます。はい、お待たせしました。ありがとうございました。
I got the roast beef popcorn. I waited about 15 minutes for it. This is a new flavor for Fantasy Springs, so let's give it a shot. I'll be honest, it doesn't taste like roast beef. It kind of tastes like salt and soy sauce mixed together. The more you eat, the better it gets. We're in Lookout Cookout and I ordered the Lost Kids snack box, and this is a lemon tea chicken. We also got the Lookout brownie and the pixie dust soda. What did you say that? So the pixie dust soda, it came with like a big star at the top. You mix it and then it turns into like little small ones. So adorable, and it's meant to, you know, replicate Tinkerbell's pixie, which I just pixie dust. Which let's try it. Oh, that's refreshing. It's kiwi flavor. You rarely find kiwi flavor in Japan. That's good. I like that. It's not very fizzy, which I like, but it's just really refreshing, so perfect for like a hot day like today. It was just so cool to see the big star turn to like multiple tiny stars. So the Lost Kids snack box, there's a bunch of stuff in here. We've got some chicken tenders, seaweed fritters, banana chips, and it says shrimp chips, but these are prawn crackers. And then we also have like a popover bread inside. So I got the lemon tea chicken, but you can also choose butter chicken curry flavor as well. I really like this because every time I go to Chinese restaurants, I always order like lemon chicken, honey chicken. It's got a tangy taste to it. These seaweed fritters are actually my favorite. It's kind of like a mochi ball. I like it because it's chewy, but it's crunchy on the outside. Popover bread. Oh, it's like hollow inside. It's like the shell of a pudding. The brownie. It's good brownie. Brownie with a piece of chocolate on top. Kind of makes it hard to eat with the chocolate on top though. I'm gonna just eat it separate. Brownie's very moist. So once you finish your snack box, you can actually pull this apart to reveal a map.
Around Fantasy Springs, you'll find many rocks that resemble various Disney movies. Right next to the Fantasy Springs Hotel, there is a huge gift store. And guys, this merch store is absolutely stunning. There are so many new items I really wanted to get my hands on. They've got items from Rapunzel, Frozen, and Peter Pan.
So we're in the Rapunzel area. There is one attraction, Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, and then one restaurant, the Snuggly Duckling. We managed to get a ticket to the Lantern Festival for night time, so we're going to wait until then and go on the ride.
So just like standby and Disney Premier Access passes, you can do Disney Mobile Order as soon as you enter Tokyo Disney Sea, but you need to scan your ticket first, so you have to physically be inside the park. Now, when I went on this particular day, it was really busy, so you can actually only enter the restaurants if you have a Disney Mobile Order booking. So I would highly recommend you do this in the morning, so that can secure you the spots.
We are at the Snuggly Duckling and I got the Duckling's Dream Cheeseburger, the Duckling Muffin, Sweet Ever After, and look how cute this is. This is meant to resemble the frying pan Rapunzel uses to whack people with. And Rapunzel's Magical Milk Tea. This is the cheeseburger. So we've got the patty cheese and then there's a big piece of bologna in it. Sweet. I have to say the massive piece of bologna is a bit strange. I feel like if it wasn't in here it would taste a lot better. I mean, the cheeseburger tastes like a normal cheeseburger, it's just the bologna is a bit too thick, I think. Oh, it's actually pretty good. There's jelly inside here. It's very refreshing. It tastes like lychee. It's lychee flavour. I want to get another one of these. It's so good. Look at how cute this cupcake is. Did you see like this video of Anne Hathaway, how she ate a cupcake? She breaks at the bottom and she puts on the top and eats it like...
Oh, I've seen that.
You've seen that? I'm not going to do that today.
I was watching you do this because I tried to do this the other day and it was like...
It's actually really hard.
It's
stuck.
Yes!
Wait, no. Nope.
Yeah, just...
This is actually a really good cupcake. It's really hard to find a good cupcake in Japan, but this is good. It's like a caramel cupcake, but like this mousse is so light. Well, okay, what I love about the cupcake, it's actually really moist. That's why I like it. It tastes so good. It's not dry. Inside of this muffin has caramel sauce oozing out. This is my favorite part of the Snuggly Duckling. This is a Sweet Ever After. Now, it kind of looks like a Yorkshire pudding, like a massive one. My honest opinion, it's a bit dry. And if it was warm, it would taste so much better. Okay. It's got some lemon cream, some raspberry around it, so it's really nice flavors. It's just that if it was warm, it'd be better. I do like the concept though, and the frying pan is really cute. Oh my gosh, guys, I got to go on Rapunzel and it's just such a beautiful ride. Honestly though, I wish it was longer. We're now in front of the Fantasy Springs Hotel, and this is the newest hotel in Tokyo Disney Resort. Now, this hotel is directly attached to Fantasy Springs, so it's very convenient, but it's super hard to get a booking. However, I did get a booking for a few months' time, so if you guys want to know how to book this hotel, I will let you guys know at the end of the video. Alright guys, it's almost 9 p.m, which means the park is going to close very soon. But I'm so happy I managed to experience Fantasy Springs again. Like, it's just so magical. So I will see you guys when I get back. I'll explain everything about how to actually get into Fantasy Springs. So let's go home.
I'm back home, so I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how to get into Fantasy Springs when it opens up on the 6th of June 2024. Now, there's different ways. It is a little confusing, so I'm going to do my best to explain in detail so it's easier for you guys to understand. So to get into Fantasy Springs, you need specifically a standby pass for a ride, a Disney Premier Access Pass for a ride, or the one-day Fantasy Springs ticket. Just by buying the normal Disney Sea ticket does not guarantee you entry. So the first method to get into Fantasy Springs, this is the cheapest way, but it's the most risky because there's a high chance you will not make it in. So this way is getting a standby pass or a Premier Access Pass for one of the rides. So throughout the video, you would have seen me applying for standby passes and showing them to the staff when I was entering the rides. So the standby pass is free and you can apply for the pass as soon as you enter Tokyo Disney Sea once you've scanned your ticket in. So you need to be physically inside the park. So before entering the park, I would highly recommend you get the Disney Resort app, link your ticket up, so as soon as you scan it, you can straight away apply for the standby passes. So the pass is free and you can apply for multiple passes. You just have to wait 2 hours between the last time you apply for a pass, or if you have used that pass up, then you can apply for another one, even if it's not 2 hours yet. Once you have picked the time slot for your ride, you will automatically be assigned a time that you can enter Fantasy Springs. A standby pass is free and it's first come, first serve. But let me warn you guys, when Fantasy Springs first opens, it's going to be insanely busy and people for sure will be camping out for this. So you are going to have to get there extremely early, as in like maybe 3-4 a.m. early if you are going within the first month. Another way that you can enter Fantasy Springs if you have a normal Disney Sea ticket is to apply for a Disney Premier Access Pass or DPA. This is a paid pass and you pay per ride. But once again, it's first come, first serve, and it's likely everyone's going to be trying to get the standby and the Disney Premier Access, so you're still going to have to line up extremely early. If you're not there by 5, I don't think you will be able to get any of these passes. Now, you would have seen in the video that you can add multiple people into one app and apply for the passes together. But I also want to remind you that you can only do this if everyone has entered the park. You can't just have one person enter and apply for passes for everyone. Everyone needs to actually scan in before you can get any of these passes. Something else I thought I should mention is the Disney Mobile Orders. This is to book a time slot in a restaurant. Now, even if you booked a restaurant, you cannot enter Fantasy Springs unless if you have a standby or a DPA or a one-day Fantasy Springs ticket. The restaurant booking does not actually get you into that area. So that's the first method of entering Fantasy Springs, the cheapest but the most risky I don't recommend, especially if you are on vacation, you don't want to be disappointed, to turn up and not being able to make it into the new area. The second method of going into Fantasy Springs is getting a happy entry ticket, and this increases your chance of being able to get a standby or a DPA pass. A happy entry pass allows you to enter Tokyo Disney Sea 15 minutes before it opens. So you'll be able to get your passes before everyone else lining up to get inside, which is a huge advantage, but also everyone else is going to be doing the same thing, so you're still going to have to wake up really early to be able to get these passes. If you are planning to use Happy Entry to get into Tokyo Disney Sea, please look up the dates first because not all dates have Happy Entry. So how do you get a Happy Entry pass? You need to stay at one of these two hotels. 1. Tokyo Disney Sea Fantasy Springs Hotel, or 2. Tokyo Disney Sea Hotel Miracosta. Only these two hotels will be doing Happy Entry for Tokyo Disney Sea. All the other hotels, you will be able to get Happy Entry for only Tokyo Disneyland, which, Fantasy Springs is in Tokyo Disney Sea, so that's not useful. So those methods I just explained, that gives you a chance to enter Fantasy Springs. It's not guaranteed, but there are ways to guarantee you entry, so I'm going to explain those to you. The only way to guarantee entry is if you are able to buy the Fantasy Springs one-day pass. Now, how do you get this pass? The third method is to stay in the Tokyo Disney Sea Fantasy Springs Hotel. If you are a guest at this hotel, it guarantees you the chance. The price for this pass ranges from around 22,000 to 26,000 yen, depending on the season. And that price is per person. It's not included in the hotel price. But once again, you can only purchase this if you are staying at the hotel. You cannot purchase extra for anyone else. It's only for yourself. Now, this pass allows you to enter Fantasy Springs whenever you want at any time. You can go in and out if you want to. If you are on standby or DPA, you can only enter once and that's it. You can't leave because, once you leave, you cannot enter again. But with this pass, you can walk in and out kind of just whenever you want. And you also are guaranteed to be able to get onto the rides. Now, the great thing about this pass is it's kind of like an all-you-can ride. When you line up for the rides, you'll be able to get into the DPA line, which means it's going to move much faster, which also means you can ride everything multiple times because you just have to keep lining up again. So even though this pass is expensive, it's worth it because you get to enjoy Fantasy Springs. You get to walk in whenever you want, go on the rides multiple times. So that's why I personally think it's worth it. But because this is honestly the best way to get into Fantasy Springs, it's really difficult to book the hotel. So I mentioned in the video, I managed to get a booking. How I was able to do it, honestly, it's a lot of luck. But I picked a day that I wanted to go to Fantasy Springs and I just refreshed once maybe every 15 minutes or so, and it just so happened at around 5:30 p.m. on one day a booking came up. I immediately clicked it and that's how I was able to get it. So just literally sit there and refresh because people cancel their bookings all the time. I managed to book the cheapest room. It cost 68,000 yen, but I can fit 4 people in that room and each one of us are able to buy the Fantasy Springs ticket. So if you split the cost of the hotel room, it's not so bad. So that's why this method is recommended. Now, there's rooms released every day and they are released at 11 a.m. Japan time. So if you are able to camp out and refresh your page at the exact time, then you will be able to get the bookings, but it is very difficult because you kind of have to get the timing right. I think for me, I refreshed the page maybe 5 minutes till 11 and I managed to get in like 8 minutes later. So I was a little late because there's always a little bit of a wait. So you kind of just have to time it right. It's all by luck. But by the time I got into the website, they had a couple of rooms available, but they were all the Grand Chateau rooms, which are super expensive, and I didn't want to pay that much. So I decided not to book any of those rooms and just waited until I got one of the cheaper rooms. Another reason why you really want to stay in this hotel is because it's directly connected to Fantasy Springs, because from the front of Disney Sea to Fantasy Springs, the walk is long. It's about 20 minutes. If you are staying at the hotel, you can just go downstairs and you're there. So if you wake up early, get in as soon as the park opens, or if you get Happy Entry, you can just walk into the park where there's no one, go around, take your photos first. So that's the plus. They have made another entrance that directly connects to Fantasy Springs, except you are only able to use this if 1, you are staying at the Fantasy Springs Hotel, or 2, if you have Happy Entry, which you can only get it if you are staying at Fantasy Springs Hotel or Miracosta. Now, if you cannot book Fantasy Springs Hotel, there is another way, and this is going via vacation package. If you book a Fantasy Springs vacation package, this guarantees you entry into Fantasy Springs because it gives you the 1-day Fantasy Springs ticket. But unlike the Fantasy Springs Hotel where you have to buy the ticket separately, the vacation package already includes this pass in the price. The cheapest vacation package I saw was around 70,000 yen per person. Keep in mind, these prices are per person. Even if you are booking for 2 people, you both have to pay that price. Now, this may sound extremely expensive, but what you get is you get theme parks for 2 days. You get the first day at Tokyo Disneyland, then you stay at the hotel, and then the next day you can go to Disney Sea, but you get the Fantasy Springs ticket, so you can enter whenever you want and you can go onto the rides whenever you want as well. So whilst it is expensive, you do get a lot of benefits, and the main thing you want is that Fantasy Springs 1-day ticket, because the only way to get it is to stay at the Fantasy Springs Hotel or get this vacation package. And at least this guarantees you that you will be able to get in, go on all the rides, so at least it's worth it. And luckily, the vacation package is way easier to book than the hotel. So those are the current methods to get into Fantasy Springs when it opens up on the 6th of June 2024. Things could change because over time, of course, people are going to be less interested. It's going to be easier to get in, but for now, I would say for the next year or so, it's going to be like this. And yeah, maybe there will be changes, and if there is, you can just write them in the comments so other people will know about it. But for now, those are the only ways. Now, since I was at the sneak peek for 2 days, I did manage to kind of notice some patterns. So I want to tell you guys the ranking of the rides in terms of popularity, because if you are going on the standby and the DPA passes, you kind of just need to pick which rides you really want to go on, because it's unlikely you will be able to get on all of them. So the first ride that sold out on standby passes first was Frozen. So if you really want to see Frozen, you need to go for that one first. Second was Rapunzel. Third was Peter Pan. Fourth was Tinkerbell. That was the ranking I noticed on both days, and I believe when it opens, the ranking's going to stay the same. So that is the end of this video. I really hope that it was helpful. I really do recommend you go visit Fantasy Springs whenever you can, because it's absolutely magical. And yeah, I can't wait to go back in a few months' time. If you guys like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Also follow me on all my social media, which I will link down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.